listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pet Life Radio Alive Again. My name is Brent Atwater, and I'm the Animal Reincarnation Authority. How did I get to be that? Well, I've spent over 16 plus years researching animal reincarnation, written several books on it with all the answers that you could ever ask from your heart. So check them out at www.justplainlovebooks. We're on Amazon, we're on Kindle, and we're all over the world. And one of the things that we're proud to announce is if you go on Facebook, we have the Animal Reincarnation book in over 20 languages. So choose your language and choose your Facebook page and like us and keep up with what's going on. Now today our show is going to be about, do pets have souls? And can your animal be your soulmate? Well, we definitely think there's an answer there that says yes, yes, and of course yes, which is why you feel that special connection to your pet. Now, if you've got a question about your pet or pet loss or anything about animal reincarnation, send your email to brent@petliferadio.com. And we'll try and answer it on this show, or we may answer it in our animal reincarnation blog, petreincarnationblogspot.com, or in our animal reincarnation group on Facebook. As you can see, Pet Life Radio and Brent Atwater is dedicated to animal reincarnation and helping you learn more about how your pet can come back to you. Now, how can your animal be your soulmate? The dictionary defines a soulmate as one of two beings compatible with each other in disposition, point of view, sensitivity, and someone or some being, which is our pet, that has a very deep affinity with you. Some believe that a soulmate is like being with someone that we have shared multiple lifetimes with. And I think that that's the issue that animal reincarnation is about. All soul contracts by animals are made individually to you as the pet owner, which determines how many reincarnations you're going to share in this lifetime. Now, here are two really beautiful descriptions to me that say it all about a soulmate. The first one is by Richard Bach, and he says, a soulmate is when we feel safe enough to open the locks of ourselves, show our truest selves, and allow that to step out and be completely honest in who we are. We can be loved for who we are and not who we're pretending to be. And you know that your pet who comes wiggling and smiling and wagging their tails to you or wanting to sit in your lap after your absolutely worst day has got to be your soulmate, because that's nothing but unconditional love, especially when you look your ugliest and they love you the most. It doesn't matter whether you have your makeup on, whether you've just taken a shower, whether you're a stud muffin, they just love your soul. Now, each of us always unveils the best part of each to one another, and that's what animal soulmates do. You tell them your innermost secrets, and you can feel their compelling love from their heart. And no matter what else goes wrong around you, that soulmate is the person where you share your deepest longings, your sense of direction, and they make your heart feel like you're in a safe haven. Think about it. When you hug Fluffy or Buffy or look at your ferret or pat your lizard or take your cockatiel and feed him an extra seed and look into his little eyes as he cleans his feathers, you can feel that love connection. And that bond is what makes life come to life. It's like so many people in our animal reincarnation group on Facebook talk about, my life is over after there was pet loss, or I just don't feel like I'm living anymore. And I think one of the things that an animal soulmate does is it makes your life fuller and richer and deeper because you share the complete array of all of the emotions that you have inside of yourself. Because sometimes people will filter the emotions they have inside of themselves to share with humans, or some people only share emotions with your pets. That's why a lot of people have that heart connection and deep human-animal bond with their furry friends, feathered or finned, that is closer to their heart than a human. As much as I hate to say this, a lot of people, again, on our pet reincarnation group say, you know, it hurt me more when I lost my dog or my cat than it did when I've lost human friends. And I think that stems today from the fact that the whole world seems to be more individualized and more autonomous and more isolated. And so when you make your soul connection with your pet, it's more complete. Whereas if you're just texting someone or going out on the sidewalk and going, hey, Myrtle, how you doing today? That's a different connection, and it's not as deep as going home when you feel like everything's lost, the whole world's beating down on you, and your pet comes wagging going, "Yay, Mom's home! Let me get in your lap, lick your face, and give you hugs." Now, the second lovely description of a pet soulmate is a being with whom we feel profoundly connected, as though the communication and communing that takes place between us is not a product of intentional efforts, but rather a divine grace. And if you think about that, how many times can you be sitting somewhere and look across the room and your pet knows how you feel? Now, I know Friend, when I'm on doing a radio show, he wants attention, so he's going to bring his squeaky ball, he's going to show all his toys, he's going to dump bears in my lap, wet tennis balls, anything, because I'm not focusing on him. And there are times when I'm upset and he'll walk across the room and put his head in my lap, knowing full well telepathically that I need him to be there and be a hug. So I think that a being with whom we feel profoundly connected, as though the communication and communing were not a product of intentional efforts, but is divine grace, is one of the keys to a pet that is a soulmate. And this relationship is really important to the soul because that's what life's about. Think about it. The most important thing that you have in life are those emotional connections that are without bounds, that are unintentional, and just evolve and add grace to your life. One of the things that I'm doing right now and experiencing, and I'll share this a little bit with the audience, is I'm working with my parents who are 97 and 100. And the things that I'm learning about old age are very valuable and sometimes very shocking. But the most important factor that I see in the aging process is to share with friends. And when the older you get, your friends die off. So to me, it's really important not only that you have a cadre of age-appropriate friends, but also to have an array of friends of all ages. And I think that having pets, which they have a lot of pet therapy in assisted living home and nursing homes, and they've proven that pets, because of that profound connection that is not intentional, like walking up and putting a nose or a paw on somebody in a wheelchair and they acknowledge it, is the connection that our souls crave, no matter what age we are, whether we're a child or whether we're someone in assisted living or in hospice. So I think a pet as your soulmate is a gift. And for those of you who want to read this and you want to copy these descriptions and use them for yourself or as a reminder, you can go to our Pet Reincarnation blogspot.com and you'll see I've taken these quotes and I've put them under the subject, Do Pets Have Soul? And Is Your Pet a Soulmate? We're going to have a sponsor break and we'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Petco, where the pets go. Petco, where the pets go.
Pet Life Radio has tail-wagging, fur-flying, fabulous deals for our listeners from Petco. Get $6 off your order of $60 or more and up to 40% off the entire Petco site. That's right. But that's not all. Because you're a Pet Life Radio listener, you'll also get free shipping on your order of $49 or more. $6 off, up to 40% off, and free shipping from Pet Life Radio and Petco. To get these awesome deals, go to petcodeals.com. That's petcodeals.com.
Petco, where the pets go.
I'm not much of a reader, but I do wish I were more well-read.
There are so many great books coming out. I wish I could find a way to keep up.
Audible.com makes it easy to stay well informed and catch up on your reading simply by listening. Audiobooks from Audible turn downtime into uptime. You'll be more productive and become well read.
Now I'm able to catch up on all the great books I've been wanting to read.
With Audible, I feel smarter.
Pet Life Radio listeners, try Audible.com now and get your first 30 days of Audible Listener Gold membership plan free. And get a free audiobook. Choose from over 100,000 titles. To get this great deal, go to audibledeals.com. That's audibledeals.com.
Introducing the new Bret Michaels Pets Rock collection exclusively at PetSmart. I created it for the pets that rock your world.
Shop the Bret Michaels Pets Rock collection and celebrate PetSmart's 25th anniversary with up to 25% off thousands of items on the PetSmart site. Plus free shipping on orders of $49 or more. Go to PetSmartDeal.com. That's PetSmartDeal.com. PetSmartDeal.com.
Pet Life Radio presents Paranormal Pets, where you can always expect the unexpected. Each week we'll discuss all aspects of weird or spiritual animal encounters, ghosts, totems, psychic animals, animal souls, animal angels, and animals in religion, with a little cryptozoology thrown in. Step into the supernatural world of pets with your Paranormal Pets ghostly host. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
We're back after that wonderful sponsor break. And here's some of the things we want to share with you. Go to our archives under the Alive Again show and you'll see all of our podcasts, which will give you lots of information on animal reincarnation. Now, you can find us in iTunes and all over everywhere because Pet Life Radio has made a concerted effort, and that's why it's the #1 radio station for pets all over the planet Earth, to provide all of these shows for you. So just look and you'll see we're everywhere. And we invite you to listen because we feel there's a lot of interesting, quote, stuff in our shows. Now, if you want to be part of it, send us an email at brent@petliferadio.com. Then we'll determine if you have a really educational question. I might be calling you and saying, would you like to come on the show and help me educate others and answer your question at the same time? If you want to just talk about animal reincarnation, join our Animal Reincarnation Facebook group. And if you want to know what are the shows that are coming up next on Alive Again, join my Brent Atwater Pet Loss and Animal Reincarnation fan page on Facebook. I announce all my upcoming shows there, so you'll have a heads up and know what to look for. Now, since we were talking about pets as soulmates today, a lot of people want to know, do pets have souls? And do they have soul contracts? Well, most pet parents consider their animal as a family member. And usually after the death of that animal, many owners undergo all of the human bereavement processes. And there are pet loss bereavement associations, and everything now is growing in the pet loss sympathy and bereavement area. Do you know that the industry went from $12 million to a predicted $53 million in over 2 years and is still growing? And it's because pet souls and their connection as your soulmate have created a whole industry around that human-animal bond. One of the things that we're trying to do on this radio show is to offer the concept of animal reincarnation as a new spiritual perspective and another resource as a grief loss support tool. Now, are animals and pet soul contracts real? Yes, they are. Now, the first type of animal soul contract is karmic, and that's a destiny where they have an opportunity to help many lives. And that's example, a bomb squad dog, he saves his whole squadron. Then there's some where their karma and their soul contract stops and helps one life, and that would be an animal that says sleeps on a child and keeps him from freezing when he's lost. Other spiritual arrangements that animals have that are soul contracts is like oversouling your old dog. You may look at your old dog and think, he's acting like the dog that just passed away. Well, that's considered an oversouling contract. And once again, that soul contract is intertwined with yours. And when you think about it, somebody says, well, what does that mean? It's like a piece of fabric. And when you are a soulmate to your pet, and they are to you, and you have a soul contract together, think of it as a big piece of fabric with all the threads of each of your lives weaving a tapestry. And when your pet dies, it pulls a string of that tapestry out. And when your pet reincarnates, it puts the thread back into the tapestry. So as simple as that sounds, most of the people who lose their animals understand that loss. And a lot of the people who have animal reincarnation returns will say, when I looked into the new puppy's, cats, or bunny's eyes, even squirrels, we've had squirrels and ferrets and lizards, so everybody's welcome over there. You will find that the first thing they say when they look into the reincarnated pet's eyes is the pain goes away and they're complete again. And really what they mean by that is that thread is placed back into the fabric of their soul's interweaving. And I think that's a lovely way to think about it, because only you know inherently inside yourself if you and your pet are soulmates and if you have soul connections. And the soul connections and the soul contracts are what create the animal reincarnation contracts. So it's all interwoven, which I think is a absolutely wonderful thing. And I think it's something that's becoming more and more aware with people all around the world. In our animal reincarnation group and on our pet reincarnation blog spot, you'll see that it's in multiple languages, just like all of our animal reincarnation Facebook pages are in multiple languages, because pet grief is universal. Pet soulmates are universal, and animal soul contracts is a universal thing. So although you may feel inside yourself, well, I don't know if this is real, there are plenty of people out there who will help you with animal reincarnation. There are more people that will help you with pet loss. But when you choose somebody, choose someone that understands your soulmate as your pet, because that is a fiber of your being, part of the breath of your heart. And that's the connection that gives you grace and fills your life and is the most important part of being in all there is and in what you share together. So on that note, we look forward to receiving your emails sent to brent@petliferadio.com. We look forward to having you visit our petreincarnationblogspot.com and ask your heart questions over at our Animal Reincarnation Facebook group. We've got all the answers to all your heart's questions, and we've got lots of books that'll answer everything too. And those are coming out in multiple languages around the world, so you can't use that as an excuse. And we have multiple multilingual members in our group. And one of the most interesting things is we had several people join the other day that were multilingual, and we had all of our conversations in our Animal Reincarnation group in many languages. So it's a happening. And animal reincarnation is a happening, and Pet Life Radio is a happening. Join us next week. We're going to look forward to giving you more information and answering your questions. Thanks for listening, and check out the other stuff that we've talked about. It's good, and you'll learn a lot. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.